Hey, it's Conrad. What's up? You're watching my exclusive Saturday night online Ask Anything chat. You ask, and I will tell you the answer. Thanks for Romeo for having me on. So let's do it. Okay, Chris from Belleville, New Jersey. I'm assuming. Where were you when you heard "Hold Me Up" on the radio, and what was your reaction? Um, I think the first time I heard it was in Australia actually. And it was pretty crazy the first time you hear yourself on the radio. Um, I just bumped it, and luckily I think I was in a convertible, so I was able to put my hands up in the air and scream and act like an idiot. Um, Elizabeth from Nashville. Describe your perfect girl. Ooh. Well, she has to be funny and adventurous, like, you know, not too girly, do you know what I mean? Like, likes to have fun with the boys. Um, she has to be like movies and like doing things, love to eat, because I like to eat, and loves to drink wine and like go nice places. But most of all, just have a kind heart and make a good mama one day. Um, One second. Let me just go on to my next question. Um, all right. Sarah from Baton Rouge. Is that how you say it? I'm not from the country, so forgive me. What was it like when you went to visit your record label for the first time? Um, it was really cool. My label's an indie label so it was actually I was at the owner of my label's house, so it felt like a family. It was a little bit intimidating because it was around some legends that I looked up to, but overall it was just like an exciting feeling that that something big was going to happen. Vet from China. Hey Conrad, I want to tell you that you got many fans in China, which is amazing. Will you come to China one day, and could you say something to your Chinese fans? I would love to come to China one day. It's a place I've always wanted to visit. I think it has an incredible culture, and I love the food, and I think it would just be a really dope place to come and visit and to sing for you all. Because I hear that you love the music there, and I would love to come. So I hope to come in the next year or so. Kevin from Toronto. Who's a celeb that you don't know that you would like to be text buddies with? I'm going to go with Leonardo DiCaprio and Mark Wahlberg, just because I feel like they're just the ultimate dudes, you know? So yeah, those would be my two go-tos. Amy from Melbourne. What would be the one word that people closest to you would best describe you as? Ooh, that's a tough one. Um, well, I'd like to think caring, but maybe they say something bad. I don't know. Vicky, another one from Melbourne. Where do you get your inspiration to write your music? I get inspiration to write music um, from everything, like from everyday life. You know, whether that be relationships, just me thinking about the world, and little things that happen from day to day. Um, yeah, so it really can be anything. I'd like to just throw a little bit of myself into my songs so that people feel like it's personal. Sabria from Brisbane. What was your inspiration for your song 21 Questions? Well, 21 Questions came about. I was, I think I was just sort of reflecting on the world at the moment, and also just in particular, like a friend of mine had just lost her mum, and there was just like a lot of things. It was like, why does all this bad stuff keep happening in the world, or why do bad things happen to good people? And I guess no one really has answers for any of these things. So I just put a little tune together that was sort of what you would say if you finally met, the maker. And I'm sure we'd have lots of questions, but 21 seemed fitting for the song. So yeah, it's sort of a song about the world and wanting to know why bad things happen to good people. Daniela from Cologne. Love Cologne. Great little beer glasses. If you could do a makeover of your past career, what would you change and why? That's a tough one because I think that you go through things to get to where you are. But I probably would have moved to America earlier and just really focused on like my solo stuff probably a bit earlier because I think I left it a little late, but hopefully it's all good. Chelsea from Canberra. You put on an amazing show on stage and you were full of energy. How do you do it? Thank you, firstly. That's what it's all about to me. I give it my all because I care so much, and I want you guys to walk away feeling like, I left everything out there on the stage because that's what I think entertaining is about. How I do it, I don't know. I guess lots of years of practice and entertaining people and wanting to get that across. I should probably work out or something like that, but I don't do that much of that. But I guess eventually I'm going to have to incorporate some of that because I run around a fair bit. So, Linda from Calgary. If you could blow up one thing, barn full of Skittles or a barn full of Hershey's? Blow up one thing? I don't get it. Okay, if you could blow up one thing, a barn full of Skittles or a barn full of Hershey's Kisses. You mean like blowing up? Okay, I don't really get the question, but I'm going to guess and say that you meant blowing up, as in like actually setting fire to it, which is quite strange, Linda. But I would go with probably the Skittles because I'd like to see what it'd be like a rainbow in the sky. Weirdest question I've ever had. Thank you very much for that one. Kimberly from Orlando. When is your EP coming out in the US? And when can you send me a secret copy? Haha. Well, Kimberly, it's coming out in January. And I will send you a secret copy as soon as I know the secret address to send it to. Claire from Castle Monferrato, Italy. Wow. I love it that I have fans in Italy. What was the first CD that you bought? First CD that I bought? Well, I got given all the Michael Jackson records from my mum. But I think the first one I bought was probably like Killing Me Softly by the Fugees. Because I loved Lauryn Hill. Leah from NYC, which is my favorite place in the world, by the way. When you got signed, what did you buy for yourself to celebrate? I bought myself a pair of Saint Laurent boots because they are like my go-to staple, and every man needs a great pair of boots. Conrad Daly from Menden. If you didn't do music, was there ever a plan B? Not really. There was never really a plan B. If there was, it would be me saying like, I guess when it got to a time where I thought, maybe it won't happen. I wanted to work in the industry somewhere, like whether it be a record label or in management or do something to help other artists get to their dream. Yeah. Mim from Brisbane, that is, for those of you who don't know what that means. Does it feel different to play at your home crowd? Brisbane loves you. It does feel different to play at home crowd. It's kind of funny because I love it, and it's the most important shows to me because it's like, where you grow up and that your friends are in the audience and family. But then there's also this like underlining, like, it doesn't feel like any other show because you feel like feels like you kind of like paid people to be there because there's so many of your friends in there. And I guess you're always just a little bit more nervous in your hometown show because, you want everyone to be proud of you. So, yes, it does feel different. Angela from London, Ontario. What's the one car you would buy if you could? I would buy a Jaguar 66 Roadster, which is the car from Cruel Intentions, because I just think it's the swaggiest car around. And I'd probably just get a G-Wagon just to roll around in, put my kids in the back, take them to soccer, you know how it goes. Dean from Detroit. Can you tell us what your middle name stands for, Ignatius Mario Maximilian? My uncle's name is Ignatius, and he was a really cool dude. So my mum named me up, put him in my name. Mario is the masculine name for Mary, which is what I always wear on my chain, and come from a pretty Catholic family, so that's how Mario came about. Maximilian is my confirmation name that got added to my name, and it's just an epic name, Maximilian. So altogether it makes my name Conrad Ignatius Mario Maximilian Sewell, which I thought sounded pretty epic. Chelsea from Cleveland. What were your favourite parts of touring with Jess, Ed, and Rowan 5? I think touring with Ed was playing my hometown for the first time, River Stage, being able to see like my high school, and it was sort of like my first big tour, so it was just great to tour with such a great guy. Jess I just loved the music, like dancing to her every night. She's such a talent, and getting to see England and having my English family and friends come out. And Maroon 5, I will say, just hanging out with those boys. I grew up listening to their music. They're just legends, and Adam is a great frontman. So I learned a lot, and it's quite inspiring, really. Sunday from Philadelphia. What inspired you to write Firestone? Well, it was just like, we saw this sign that said Firestone. We thought it was an epic dance title. And then I thought, like, how can that relate into a song? So we, thought about, like, for me, dance music, I've always experienced it at festivals and when you kind of loved up. So, hard to like, Firestone, when they strike, feel the love. Just like a love story about two people coming together on one night. Okie doke. Thanks again, Romeo, for having me on the show tonight to answer all the questions. Sorry. Let me do that again. Thanks again to Romeo for having me on the show tonight to answer you Ask Anything Chat questions. And thanks to you for supporting me, guys. Obviously, I'm not very good when I'm reading off a phone, so I should just say that naturally. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. And I'll see you around.